What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Kickin with Kachi, where we highlight individuals that are really taking the industry by storm. Today, we have a special guest. We have a real special guest. One real special to my heart because this is my sister. You know what I'm saying? But a real special guest for the Kickin with Kachi community universe because we were just talking about this before the interview. It's like been 3 years that I had this last person on, and the date actually was May 2nd. So we're almost about exactly 3 years since our first interview. And this person is superb at creating content. I'm talking about fashion content. I'm talking about travel content. I'm talking about day in the life content. I'm just talking about photo shoots. But their main mission right now is finding your inner peace through fitness and wellness as a Pilates instructor. Right now, thank you. Give it up for Alexandra Banks, everybody. Thank you for coming in and kicking with me. Thank you so much, man. Thank you.
That was a great intro. I need to come on here more because I love self-confidence boost that you just gave me. Okay, that was amazing.
Hey, I'm broke. The thing I can give people is compliments. I ain't got no money, so that's the best I could do. I can only make your pearly whites show. I can't make pearly whites appear in your bank account.
You know what? I'll take it.
So, like I said, in the intro, we first spoke 3 years ago, almost to the day, and you were in a very different professional path at that time, right?
I was.
We were speaking directly about the travel expo or the round trip expo. My mistake. The round trip expo, and where you were sharing content and sharing stories on your travels around the world. And what started in Cuba then led to all these other places like Toronto and New York and Vermont and all these other places. And then you've done an interview in the last 3 years, right? So much has changed since then. So can you give us kind of a breakdown of this shift, right? Of that you kind of embarked on from specifically, round trip expo travel content, but then kind of shifting from solely on that, but kind of incorporating that into other various things that you're doing.
Yeah. So 3 years ago, I was like fresh in Chicago. I was doing the round trip experience at the time. Travel is just like always been a love of mine. But then I was like really focused on like being my main gig. But in that time, I found Pilates. And it has really found a special place in my heart. I feel like travel isn't going anywhere. I think I want to incorporate that in my Pilates practice and in my teachings. But right now I'm a Pilates girl. I'm in my Pilates. I don't even want to call it Pilates era because it's a Pilates lifetime.
Right. And I would say, right, from my outside looking in, I love to weight train. I love working out. I love fitness. But it definitely does seem like there's a rise. And maybe because we just got to that age, right? Maybe, I don't know. But as a person outside looking in, it definitely seems like there's a rise in people engaging in Pilates, loving Pilates, going to Pilates. So could you speak a little bit to like where that craze kind of stems from?
Oh, no, I definitely agree. I think Pilates trending. I know it's definitely one of the reasons why I was exposed to it and got into it. I was seeing it on TikTok like 2 years ago. And the gym that I'm at, they offered free classes. So I'm like, okay, I'll try it out. And then since then, I like really, really loved it. I think it's twofold. I find that Pilates trending is really, really good because it puts people onto the practice. It puts people onto the form of movement. I do think that the narrative around its trendiness can be dangerous and misleading.
You're right.
Yeah. But I think it's awesome when people find out what it really is and what it really works. I think it's a beautiful thing. But the whole like using Pilates for weight loss or to be skinny or to appear closer to, whiteness. I've heard all types of crazy things.
Right.
It's not what it is. It's not what it is. But yeah, I think that I will say this. I will land on, I think that the trendiness it's a good thing. I appreciate it. It's helped me find it. And I think it's helped a lot of other people that look like me find it and find their love for Pilates.
And I agree. I think that, when we think about trends and these ideas of like what's trendy, what's not trendy, is it really a bad thing to want to hang out with a bunch of like-minded people that want to work out and have a good time in the gym? If that's a trend, please make that more trendy than, all the other negative things and all the things that are not helping us that are trending, right? So to kind of also clear the air, right, on these misconceptions that people have Pilates, what exactly is Pilates? Could you give us kind of a definition? What is a Pilates class like, maybe with you, or kind of Pilates class like, and kind of clear a lot of those narratives, right? That, like you said, that are circling around this idea of Pilates and the outside looking in narrative.
Yeah, so Pilates is based on strength and mobility. It's really good for all types of people. I find that the younger you do it, the more it will allow you to stay mobile and be able to do things like pick up your groceries and
Right.
and as you get older. What it is not is a method to lose weight. But you're a fitness guy. You know that calorie deficit is everything.
Yeah.
Okay? Calorie deficit.
We don't lose weight in the gym, y'all. I don't know
Um,
what y'all thought. 15 miles is not going to take the fat off of it today, right?
Literally, it's like we need to get in the kitchen. If you want to lose
Right,
weight, you can get in the kitchen. One method
right,
is not going to help you do that. You know
right.
what I'm saying? But just a little background on Pilates. It was created by Joseph Pilates, and like the early 1900s, and he came to America and spread it amongst dancers. And since then, it's been passed down through generations. Like I said, it's for everybody. I've seen like why are men in Pilates, and it's like a lot of people don't know that it was created by a man.
Right.
Created by a man for people that were sick, people that couldn't move their bodies a lot. It wasn't just like the fit young, like me and you. We're young, we're fit, we're very mobile, we can do a lot of things. It's for people who might have injuries, might have broken their hip, might have broken their knee, might have osteoporosis. That's not the stuff that you see on social media. You just see the hot sculpt and the hot Pilates. I love it. I think it's great. I think the hot Pilates is great, but that's just a piece of the practice.
And I like that you said that in the sense of this functional use for fitness, right? Like, as you said, people look at like the Lululemons and the Stanley Cups and the classes and the environment, and it's all pristine and cutesy and all this stuff. And it feels very clubby, right? It feels very exclusionary. But how you explain it and how you're breaking down for us is the idea of how universal it is, especially for people that generally have not gone to the gym after a period of time because they don't have functional strength. They aren't as mobile as as other people. So I love that as well. And like when you get into learning about Pilates and becoming an instructor, what was kind of the process, right? Like you're going to classes, you found a class, you got a free class, but then you said, okay, great, now I want to teach this class. Like what was that process like for you? And what was the process like in kind of studying and getting down and really then getting your certification?
Yeah, so like I said, I started just checking it out. I was like, "Is this free? Is this cool? Let's try it." And then I just started going like more consistently. What really made the switch is that I was at a job that I hated.
You love that.
I hated it every day for 4 months. I hated it every day. And I was just thinking, like, I'm 25 and I don't have any kids. I don't have much responsibility. Like,
Right.
I'm miserable. That doesn't make sense. Like,
Right.
I don't have
Right.
anybody to really depend on me but me. So I feel like this is the time where I should be pursuing the things that I find interesting. So I was like, okay, well, I've been taking Pilates for a year and a half at this point. I don't see a lot of people that look like me, but I know I can't be the only one that loves it. And
Right.
I noticed that a lot of the Pilates spaces, because it can be expensive, classes can be $40, $50, they don't have a lot of Black people in them.
Right.
So it's like, okay, I think that I could actually be the one instructing and open this up to people that might think that it's just for women or it's just for skinny people or just for people who are able to, do headstands and all that crazy stuff in the
Right.
gym.
Right.
So I was like, okay, well, let's do it. I mean, ain't nothing to it but to do it. Let's get to it. And I was like, okay, well, I researched programs and I ended up going with Balanced Body, which is a great program. I love it. They have it internationally, which I really, really like. And I was like, okay, let's just do it. And it's been that ever since. It's just been
When
that.
did you get your certification?
So I've been going through it for the past 6 months. So I'm coming
Nice.
towards the end of it now.
Okay, so you're working, so you can work as an instructor while you're also doing classes, or you what is the kind of tandem in that way?
Yeah, so it really depends on the studio. Some studios might prefer you to be comprehensively trained, which is like mat reformer, tower, Cadillac. It's like a bunch of the Pilates system incorporates a bunch of apparatus. So
Right, right,
it's like the reformer that you might see online. It's like a chair, a Cadillac, a tower, a spine corrector, and then
right.
some might just require you to have a mat certification. Some might require you to have a reformer certification, and some
Ah,
in the program. My program is really good, and it's like a reputable program. So that's something that I recommend for anybody looking to become an instructor. Find a program that, like, their name rings bells in the streets.
right,
Saying
right.
because people know that they produce quality instructors, so that also helps as well. As I'm in the midst of it, people are like, okay, you're doing balanced body. Oh, I know that your master instructor. They've been producing instructors for 20 years. Like, I'm confident that you would be good for this position.
And I want to touch more on the idea of making a shift, right? Because I do think that us in our, I want to say, later half of our 20s, right? We kind of get stuck in thinking like, all right, I'm 26, I'm 25, I'm 27. This is kind of like the path that I should kind of go on, and switching and taking steps back and learning doesn't appeal to me, right? So what advice or what sort of mindset you had to put yourself in to kind of say no, like I do want to hunker down, I do want to study, I do want to learn so that I can make these 3 steps back for 5 steps forward. What sort of advice or what sort of thinking do you kind of want to impart to that next late 20 something year olds to say, hey, F what you're doing right now, don't be miserable, and then go get that thing.
I love that. Like, I call it a TikTok quote because that's where I heard it. But when they say you're not a tree, you can move.
Right, right.
It's never it's never too late. I mean, I know I speak from a privilege. Like I said, I don't have people depending on me.
Right.
But it's like it's never too late to claim the life that you want. I think that sometimes we forget that we have free will, and we forget that life can be what we make it. We might hold ourselves to what we think our family might think we should be doing, or our friends, or maybe our partner. And it's like they don't have to live in this body and this brain every day, hating their job or hating their
Right.
life because they're like, I wish
Right.
I would have pursued that. And the older I get, the more I realize that I don't want to get to the end of my life and think that I left anything on the floor.
Right.
I would rather have tried and failed than to be like, dang, I wish I would have did that, or I wish I would have went out for that. I'm not a regretful person. I don't like regretting. I'd rather be embarrassed than regretful. Because at least I know I tried it
I
and it
like
didn't.
that quote. I'd rather be embarrassed than regretful. I think that's such a great, like, profound way of thinking, because the idea of falling on our face and failing is what keeps a lot of people from actively doing the thing, right? Like, tell me about, oh, I want to be a rapper, I want to do this, I want to do this, and then you go for it, and maybe you fail. Now everyone laughs at you. Like, I like that quote a lot. I'm gonna write that down. I'm gonna steal that one from you. If you ever become famous, just know I'm gonna say, hey, I know this famous person. She said that to you. I like that one.
That's funny.
What do you mean? I'm serious. I'm a grade A groupie. Okay. I need all my friends to understand that I'm close. I love y'all so much, because when y'all get rich and famous, hey, I got bills. Hey, I'm gonna tell everybody, hey, I'm gonna be like, what's Rihanna's best friend, whatever her name is. I'm gonna be her.
No,
I'll be her.
I
I'm
love
a.
it. Yes,
You don't even know what she does.
She just exists, and she's Rihanna's bestie, and that's enough for me.
And hey, I could be Banks's bestie. She gave me this quote the other day. I'd rather be embarrassed than regretful. She told me this. This is my best friend.
That was an exclusive right
That's
there.
what I'm saying. So, and getting into this new era, right? This era of being student to then instructor. What are some highlights that you've had in this very short but monumental journey of kind of being like a fitness leader, a Pilates instructor to other people in the space, like Onyx, which is like poof, great studio, great reputable company. Like, you got a bunch of great spaces. What's been some highlights in getting into this new era?
So I will say when I first started with one of my good friends. Her name is Talene, and she was having, some issue, whatever. And we were, my program around that for her. And just her feedback of saying like, wow, I'm actually seeing results and I'm actually feeling better. I'm feeling more mobile. And that's what it's all about. Like, we're here to help people. And it's like, we're here to help people through these injuries. Having somebody who might not have been able to walk, be able to comfortably bend down and touch their toes. It's like, wow, like that's really why we do it. Like
Right.
it's fun to like feel strong and do a gazillion push-ups and all that crazy stuff. But really seeing that this can change lives, that's the biggest reward for me. As well as just like I recently did a class with the Black ERG at Google. That was great, working with Black young professionals, some people who have never done Pilates before, and seeing people like actively get through those misconceptions of being like, oh, I thought this was just stretching. And it's like, no, girl.
Right. Right.
Girl, we're getting to work. We're getting to work. And you are stronger than you think. A lot of people, I might be like, oh, let's go on a glute bridge and I want you to raise up your right leg. They're like, and I'm like, just do it. You can do it. And they do it. And it's like, see, you are stronger than you think. You can do anything you want to in this life. You just have to try. And
I like that way of thinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you get men? How do you think we can get men into Pilates more? Because listen, I'm a feminist, right? But so I believe that as a man, I shouldn't intrude myself into women-only spaces, because that's how it's marketed to me, right? As a person looking outside in, it looks like Pilates is, there's no Pilates boys era. There's only Pilates girlies. So I'm trying to figure out, now that you're kind of on my mind here, how do you think would be the best way in kind of getting men into the Pilates studio?
Well, I think education about Pilates is the first. Once we realize that it was created by a man who, Joseph, in Pilates, we do a lot of like hands-on corrections, verbal corrections, and like physical cueing. Joseph Pilates was literally taking people's heads and smashing it down.
Oh, okay.
Like, you need to go down, okay?
Right.
We're not doing that anymore, but it's not like the cutesy, dainty thing that people think it is. Like, we're strong. We're strong in there. It takes strength. So once we open up that misconception of like, okay, this is not just whatever little like flimsy thing you think it is, like we're building real strength in here. And also I find that a lot of guys are not flexible in the slightest.
We're not. I can't sit cross applesauce. I can't.
I was literally just gonna say that. Can't even sit crisscross applesauce, baby.
My knees are up here. My hip flexors. My doctor told me to work on them.
Yes, hip flexors are so tight on a lot of men, and it's like, yes, you look good, muscles is popping, but when you're 80 years old, we need to be able to, go to the bathroom by ourselves. We need to be able to get out of bed by ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really, we need to be thinking long game. And I mean, I love the vanity of it all too. I want a hottie body as well, but like, it's really the internal benefits. It's being able to, walk as long as you can.
No, so. I love that. And how has Pilates allowed you or enabled you to greater build community, right? You're not from Chicago. You're now about 4 to 5 years in this place, which is statistically when you kind of say, okay, like I know the lay of the land here, I kind of got it. How has stepping into this new chapter allowed you to kind of build yourself, one, as your brand and everything, but also build greater community around this idea of fitness and personal development?
Yeah, I circling back to what I said a little earlier, like I don't think there are a lot of Black women, Black people in this space. So when people find a Black instructor, they're like, oh my gosh, I have a class. And it feels like we can have this thing that is marketed as something that's not for us and make it feel so familiar. I love working with Black women in the middle of the class, and they're just like, girl, I'm not doing this. And I'm like, I guess you are. We're doing it. I can play music that we like to listen to. We don't have to go listen to EDM in the gym. We can listen to it during Pilates if we want. It's a space where we can be authentically us while we work on our bodies. And as well, I'm seeing a lot of like new Pilates instructors online. Like, I'm making a lot of online friends. Each other up in the comments, sharing inspo, getting routines. I'm like, I love this. I've never met you, but like, we're here.
It kind of puts you in a whole new universe, right? All these different people and all this information and all this positive energy, right? That kind of
Yeah.
pushes you in. And that kind of was my next question, right? How do you, right, as me as a host and me as a designer, sometimes, right, our passion become professions, but then we're sitting in professions like, oh God, I hate this. So how do you kind of keep the passion, right, alive? Because at the end of the day, now that you're getting into it, it's still a job, right? And there are times where we don't want to go to work. So how do you keep the passion invested in this thing that you had when you first saw this and now to keep you going?
I think definitely taking time to continue to self-practice, to study other instructors and to see people that have been doing this longer than you. Um, and just trying to going back to that like sense of community. Like I have a lot of instructors at my studio who have been doing it for so long. I can always lean on them to be like, okay, maybe I'm feeling a little burnt out this week. How should I do it? Or what should I do?
Right.
And then taking other people's classes, that still makes it fun because it's like, this is why I got into it, because I love Pilates for myself.
Right. Right.
So taking classes, that still makes it fun for me, and it's not just me instructing, because it's very different being the one leading and then being the one to just be like, okay, let me lay here, let the instructor come over, cue my belly button to my spine and fix my form. It allows you to relax.
Right. And I would say honestly, like with our own personal journeys with health, that's a personal demon, right? Like as much as people are looking at us and saying, oh my God, you're great, you're amazing, we're the only person looking ourselves in the mirror, and we're telling ourselves a whole bunch of negative things too. So it's great that you're maintaining that passion and maintaining that positivity, and great that you have community as well. Like this is all making me definitely want to get into Pilates more. I hope that if you get one man out here in the world, I want to sign for Pilates now. I can be a Pilates girly. So so what are, and then traveling, right, and creating content, because that has always been the I Am Banks brand. You are a content queen. Like, so was it just natural for you to just say, yeah, getting into Pilates next, I'm just gonna like start making reels and editing and posting content about this as well?
Yeah, I definitely wanted to share my journey, because it's like a new career.
Right.
And I know that other people were feeling how I felt regarding like, I want to make a change, or I don't want to do this anymore, or they might come across that later in life. And it's like, I want people to know that, like, hey girl, if anybody's doing it, it's me. I'm out here. I'm okay. We're going to go to the next thing. I want to do this now. Let's do it. So those like reminders of being like, you can do whatever you want. If it's not Pilates, I have a friend who started DJing around the time I started my like certification, and now she's
Right.
like parties and stuff. And I'm like,
Right.
yes,
Right.
girl, yes, like follow those dreams. So I feel like my content, I've always wanted to use it as like building community and just showing people that kind of like you can really have any life you want. We just gotta try to make it happen.
I do have a couple questions I think that your clients will love, obviously. What is one exercise that you absolutely hate doing?
I have a love-hate relationship with the Pilates 100.
Okay, I have no idea what that is. Educate me.
So basically, you're laying with your back on the
Okay.
mat or on the
All right.
recliner, right? And you'll start with your legs in tabletop. Are you familiar with tabletop is?
Like my legs bent like this.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna show nobody because this is very unprofessional for the video, but I'm assuming this is my back and these are my knees like this.
yes. Your
Got you.
knees are bent, knees stacked over hips here, right?
Okay.
Take your arms long by your hips.
Okay.
And you can do this either laid back, or you can add a little ab curl into it for beginners.
Oh, okay.
We'll just
Level two thing going on. All right.
We'll just start laying down, and then you take your hands and you start to pump them like you're dribbling little basketballs at your side.
Oh, like this.
But at the same time.
Oh, like this.
Just like that. Yep, nice and tight.
Okay.
Here. And then you start to breathe, inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's called the 100s because that was 10 breaths, right? And you do that 10 times.
Okay. Let me
I hate it because it's painful.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about like, okay, I'm trying to see how I can cheat this, but it doesn't seem like I can.
Well, laying down on your back, really the most modified way would have your feet flat on the ground and your knees bent. and you're laying
Okay.
out and you're just pumping your
Oh,
arms.
the actual thing is the ab crunch thing that you
The
spoke
ab
about
crunch with
before.
your legs, and then it gets more
Oh,
advanced. You can shoot your legs up
oh,
to the ceiling. You can lower
oh,
them down to about
oh,
45 degrees. You can start to lower
oh.
and lift them. You could maybe cross them.
Oh, I
Mhm.
can see how people don't like your class. I can see. I'm
So good because it
I
warms
eat
up your body
cheeseburgers. I
and
eat
fires up
cheeseburgers.
your core.
Okay. Okay, listen, I'm African. We don't gotta. We our cores expand. Okay, we don't do a lot of. No, that sounds crazy. I'm gonna try that at the gym tomorrow. And speaking about eating, right? What is your favorite cheat day meal?
Ooh, I'm greedy, so I'm trying to think. Cheat day or days? I'll think about recently.
Okay. Oh wow.
um,
Favorite cheat day meal of the week.
of the week is this really isn't that bad. Like I Jamaican food. There's this place here that I really like, and I get jerk chicken, but I get with the curry gravy on top,
Ooh yeah,
rice and peas, and
yeah,
cabbage. But if I'm feeling really cheaty, I'm
yeah.
gonna get a side of macaroni.
Oh wow, you get the Jamaican macaroni. That really is greedy. Cause all right, my Jamaicans know how I rock. You know I rock with my Jamaicans, but they know they can't make a damn mac and cheese to save their life.
Okay, but listen. I agree with you. Well, I like macaroni pie, but I will say that this place, because Chicago has a lot of, they call Jamaican food jerk food here.
Okay,
Okay, which means that nine times out of ten, it's really not a Jamaican in the kitchen.
okay,
Okay, so
okay.
I would say this place has a little more. They do have a Jamaican in the kitchen, but it
Right.
has a little more American influence. So the macaroni is a
Got
little
you.
more Black American.
Got you. Okay. Okay. I'll throw my hand to God on that one. No problem. I'll check it out when I head to the shop. All right. And like I said, this amazing woman goes around the world. As you guys all know, please check out that interview from 3 years ago, May 2nd, 2022. It's on the YouTube, it's on the Instagram. Please check it out. It's an amazing interview. But you travel all over the world, right? And in that, and you do it one through content, right? But you also, I hope, for mental health, right? Because in broadening our perspective, and for everyone watching this, please broaden your perspective. Get out of your city, get out of your town, get out of your country, and please go eat some other food. Speak a different language. Go jump in a reservoir. Go like say hello to a monkey. Who cares, right? Go do something out in the world and go enjoy it. And you said that your top three destinations back then were Toronto, Cuba, and you said Vermont. I think you're trying to get on my good side. So you said Vermont.
That was
But if you
great.
ever come back, if you ever visit again, please let me know. I'll show you a good time.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, what would you say your top few destinations are now? You've been obviously to a lot more places since then. So what are your top few destinations now?
Number one is Rio de Janeiro. I went
Ooh,
to Rio for my birthday and I fell in love with it. It was amazing. It was amazing. I could really just envision myself teaching Pilates on the beach in Rio. Okay. That is number one. Until before I went to Rio, my number one was Tokyo
oh
because
yeah. I knew you were gonna say Tokyo. The fits went crazy.
oh, thank you. Tokyo was amazing. It was just so fun and felt like everything you would want in a city, but like just a little better. It was very clean, very like the
I heard
fashion.
it's a lot of walking though. I heard it's hella walking.
Yeah, yeah, it can be
But
a
they
lot.
got they got ground floors on like the 20th floor and like all types of Johns and stuff. Like I want to go, but it seems like a lot.
I think you would enjoy it. I think you would. I think you
And
would.
then your number three, top three destination.
Three. I really liked Ghana.
Yeah, I knew you were also gonna say Ghana as well. Yeah.
I really liked Ghana. It was good. The food was good. I think that was my first time ever traveling to Africa.
Mm.
So I think it really changed, or I don't want to say it changed my perspective, but like it made me realize that I did have biases of what I was going to be walking into. And even though like I feel like I try not to, but I think just from the media that I've consumed and what I've heard, I realized when I was there, I was like, wow, this isn't what I was expecting at
Right.
all.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. It was great. It was lively. I would like to go outside of Dirty December because I was behaving like a roach, only coming out at night.
Yeah.
I was out so late. So I do want to go back for longer and just explore more and travel a little further, like up to some of the falls I didn't get to make it to. Um, and yeah, so yeah,
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. As a Nigerian, I definitely think all Black people should go to an African country because it is life changing to see an entire country like run by Black people, like rich Black people, poor Black people, working Black people, politicians, lawyers, like the whole country created by Black people. So Ghana, Ethiopia, Nigeria, South Africa, go find one and go check it out. Even white people, just go. Well, not white people, but anybody else, white people, go to Africa, please go to Africa.
I
Finally, as we know, Alexandra, you have gone through I don't know how many career shifts in the last 5 years. You've gone from, I believe you wrote for the Shade Room once upon a time, and then Snapchat, and then done your own traveling, and then gone a little bit into some real estate a little bit, and then now you're doing Pilates, right? So I watch my friends. I'm telling you, when you become famous, I will have my own records and certification for being best friend. Anyway, uh, and going through all these changes, right? What are three pieces of advice that you like to share? Um, like I said, in our late 20s, we a lot of people feel stuck in the mud and don't feel that they can be not be a tree, right? And much rather just live in the comfortability than take a leap. So what sort of advice do you have? Three pieces of advice that you kind of live by that you want to share with that person, and encourage them to also take a leap.
I say if you have the ability to, I think you should try whatever your heart calls for. I love people. I'm so fascinated by people that are like, I'm on my third life here. I'm on my fifth life. I was a teacher, I was
Right,
a chef,
right,
had my own podcast, and I'm like, that's so fascinating. Like you tried it all, and it's like you know what you like, and you know what you don't like.
right.
As I get older, I'm like really trying to make a priority to find what I like because I want to go for that. I don't want to just let life happen to me. So the first piece would be just explore your passions. Second would be I have a degree in journalism, so when I was switching over to Pilates, I remember feeling like, well, did I waste my time at school?
Yeah, yeah.
On a degree, but I would say so far most of the opportunities that I've gotten through Pilates have been through my Howard community,
Mm-hmm.
people that I've met at school. So it's never a waste, and I don't think that just because I switched to Pilates that my journalism is like in the trash.
Right.
I always have the ability to write, and I picked up gems from each of those, little career paths.
Yeah.
So I mean, like two would be just because you didn't major it, or maybe you might have spent money in this, or you want to switch to something else. It's like it's okay. You can always come back to it. And three would be we can't care about what people think. That might be one.
I like
That
that.
might be
I
one.
like right.
And I see that a lot with social media, and people be like, "What are we wearing this summer? What are we doing here?" I was like, "What are you doing? What are
Right.
you wearing?" We have to find that voice in ourselves and trust it to lead us. So do what makes you happy, and bump whatever anybody else has to say. Okay.
No, I like it. And like you said earlier, like much rather be embarrassed than regretful, right?
Mhm.
And that full circle there. And I remember you had this one video. It was a fashion get ready with me video, and you're like, I really want to get into like my maximalist era, right? Like I don't want to be small. I don't want to be like minimized, right? The minimal thing. Like saying I don't want to feel safe into what people are thinking. I want to be max. And I think that's a philosophy that a lot of people should adopt in different facets in their life, right? Like why not go and do the maximum which you can put in the effort in and see what happens, right? The most that could happen is nothing. And then you just have this great memory of that you tried something. So
Yeah.
I love the philosophy that you imparted with us today. And you know, Alexandra, you know, I got endless love for you, as you probably can see, and I'm always constantly watching you and always constantly proud of you and speaking highly of you. So thank you for being a
Oh,
person to speak highly of.
thank
It's
you so much
definitely
for having
appreciated.
me. I am so proud of you.
I
I've
try my
seen
best.
growth. And you know, you always killing it in the gym, okay? Because when I go to get my Jamaican food and you posting them legs, I say, okay, you know what?
Listen,
Put the fork
listen,
down, pick up the weights. Okay.
listen. All because a good friend of ours, Khalees, called me the hacker. And ever since then, I had to work on my legs. She called me Johnny Bravo, the hacker, all these names. I said, okay, I'm working on legs. And that's been
Johnny
my
Bravo
thing
is
since then.
crazy.
That's been my thing. So a little bullying goes a long way. Yeah, get it out now. I'm telling you, I'm gonna kick a horse with these legs one day. I'm gonna get somebody.
Period. Period.
But Alexandra, thank you so much for coming in and kicking me once again. Honestly, it's such a special thing to be in a position where we can have a conversation like this on this platform again after 3 years and kind of catch up in a way. I know that as we get older in adult life will get in the middle of everything, and we'll probably have fewer of these moments. So I cherish these. So thank you once again for coming to kick with me. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. This is amazing.
Indeed, indeed. And you all, thank you guys for watching another amazing episode of Kickin with Kachi. You can check out this episode at the DC Voice on YouTube, on TikTok, and Instagram. It's the same name, so you know the game is the same. You can follow my girl at iambanks.x on Instagram. Check out their YouTube. Go to their Pilates class if you're in Chicago. Follow their TikTok. They're on everywhere. If you want to work with this person, please know I know them. So give me a little finder's fee as well. You can follow me on Instagram at onye.777, three of them because I'm lucky. Once again, Alexandra Banks, everybody, Pilates instructor in Chicago. Amazing rider, amazing person. Thank you so much for kicking with me. And we are out of here. Peace.